Alright, so it's time for a tale from the Dungeon Master, and this is the introduction video to the playlist of how I became the DM that I am. I actually started playing D&D when I was stationed overseas. I'm an Air Force veteran, but a group of the guys from my shop, they introduced me to Dungeons & Dragons 3.5, and I played a character. I can't remember what it was, but it was a guy who was more interested in the world building and storytelling aspect of the Dungeon Master than I was the actual being a player. So after about a year, I asked, it's like, hey, can I write and run a campaign? And my DM's like, sure. Like, I'll even help you do that. So we did, and we built up a lot of the things that are part of my DMing style. And I did that for about a year, and my players actually enjoyed my worlds, because the way I do things is I don't do just flat out, like, yeah, this is the module, and we're using the rules exactly as the book, because that my first DM taught me. Like, it's like the rules are more guidelines, like the Pirates Code from Pirates of the Caribbean. Anyway, I went on to onto my next duty station, and I couldn't get a group together, but I was still interested in D&D and whatnot, so I ended up diving into other systems, and I played the PC game Vampire the Masquerade Bloodlines. I came home, and finally, after my service was up, and I found some friends that were looking for a DM. Now, at this point, I was about, 24 by that point. And we played for about a decade. This is actually the group that ended up being the Apocalypse Squad, which you'll see in the playlist below. But I also would play Vampire the Masquerade, and GURPS, which is a generic universal role-playing system, which its most famous module is Cyberpunk. So we did that for about a decade, and those friends, they eventually started having families and having kids, and when I was in my 30s, I was looking for stuff to do. So I went to this game store, and I asked the owner of it, and was like, hey, do you have any need for an experienced DM? Like, do you know of anybody who might need him? He's like, yeah. It's like, I run monthly game nights, and I need somebody who can understand the rules of a system real quick. I'm like, okay, cool. Well, we ran a test session with just me running D&D 3.5 because that's what I knew. And I became, for about 3 years, a guy that would come in regularly once a month and run a monthly game night for new players. And I ran D&D 3.5 because that's, like I said, that's what I prefer. I didn't really care for 4th edition. And I didn't get into 5th edition because that's way after my time. I ran Vampire the Masquerade 20th Anniversary Edition, and I would run GURPS modules from time to time. And that's where my experience as a Dungeon Master, storyteller, comes from. You want to take a look at the rest of the videos in this playlist? Until next time, take care. Peace.